Hello, my friends. If you are like me and you're busy, but you want to save money on food, well, most people are going to tell you to meal prep. And most people are going to say, go, find some recipes and cook your own food. And here's my number one advice for you. Don't meal prep with recipes. If you're strapped for time, you're busy, and you want to make this simple for you, following recipes while meal prepping is actually going to undo this entire system. Instead, I'm going to teach you a simpler method. It's called the building block method. Here's how the building block method works. Instead of saying, okay, I'm going to make chili con carne or some beautiful roasted Brussels sprouts, or oh gosh, I have to make that salad. Instead, each meal that you prep for, or in the whole week as you're meal prepping, you think of 3 items: a starch, a protein, and a veggie. Starch, protein, veggie. It's that simple. The way that the building block method works is that you meal prep items that follow each of those blocks. So like a starch, a protein, a veggie, and you make it in a very large batch. And then throughout the week, as you put these things together, you then add the flavor to it. So you actually have a bunch of sauces and also like a bunch of oils. You can buy salsas, you can buy whatever flavorings you want, but you hold on to them and you minimally flavor your starch, your protein, your vegetable. You pre-cook them, and then you add the flavoring at the end when you reheat the food right before you're ready to eat. So here's an example menu, so to speak, for you for a whole week using the starch, protein, vegetable building block method. Let's start with the starches. Your starches, you could meal prep, for example, a bowl of rice, and usually I do 2 cups of rice each week for a family of 2 adults and 2 kids. Then you could meal prep some kind of pasta. Pastas that do really well include rotini and penne, basically little bits of pasta, bow tie pastas that don't really stick together after you've meal prepped them. You could also do couscous, that's another really popular one. And then for those of you who like sandwiches, you can have pre-sliced bread available. That takes care of your starch. Then going on to proteins. I shop at mostly Costco and Aldi for my proteins. It gets them down to a very reasonable cost. So if I do Costco, I'll buy a very large slab of salmon or a multi-pack of ground beef, multi-pack of chicken. My household does not eat pork, by the way. And then so I would divide up these packs and only take out what I need for the week. Typically, I'll do a slice of fish and then a pack of either chicken or beef. And then I put the rest, pre-sliced into portions that are ready for the week, into the freezer. And for the proteins, I typically would lightly season them. So with some salt, pepper, maybe onion powder, garlic powder, I feel up for it, some oil. And then I would cook them until they're done, but not overdone because you're going to be reheating these proteins. And depending on my, thinking of the week, sometimes I might do larger chunks of meat and sometimes I might do smaller chunks. It's really up to you, but you don't have to overwork these proteins into a recipe. Then finally, for vegetables, I make life super easy for myself. I usually buy a pre-made salad kit. These are, those bags of salad that have the dressing and the toppings all ready for you. This way I don't have to stock a lot of dressings in my fridge. And then I would supplement that with a variety of other vegetables that can be easily roasted. So this could include carrots, zucchini, corn, and I also have frozen veggies that are ready, that are super easy to defrost and make. So I buy a lot of frozen broccoli, green beans, and so on and so forth. Now we're going to put all the food together. This actual meal prep, I divide it into 2 times a week. So I typically meal prep maybe on a Sunday or Monday, and then maybe a Wednesday or Thursday. And typically it takes me an hour to 90 minutes each time to prep these items. So what do I mean? Prepping for me is just making them cooked. So I cook rice in a rice cooker or I heat up pasta. For my proteins, I lightly season them, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, maybe some other flavors like garlic and onion, and I cook them until they are done. But not overworked, no recipe cooking here. For vegetables, same thing. If these are not salad kits, I might be roasting a pan of vegetables in the oven, or I might defrost one of my bags of broccoli, green beans, or spinach, and heat them up in the pan with a little bit of chicken stock for flavor. All you're doing during meal prep is cooking everything until it's done, and then you're packing it back into containers, but you're not throwing things together. And now the magic happens with the building block meal prep method. When you're ready to eat, all you need is between 5 to 15 minutes of time to heat up all your food and put it together according to the flavor that you want that day. So if I'm feeling Italian one day, I'll take a little bit of my pasta, some of my meat could be the chicken or the beef, maybe throwing some spinach, add pasta sauce on top. I got an Italian dinner. Then let's say 2 days from then, I'm feeling more Asian. Then I would take my rice, take some ground beef, then I would take some of my veggies, put it into the pan, add sesame oil, add soy sauce. Now I've got Chinese fried rice. And let's say another day I'm thinking, I want to go more American. So I might have, again, my pre-sliced bread, or maybe go back to the pasta or rice. It doesn't matter. You can have that in American food. Take the meats that I got and maybe just lightly flavor it with a sauce. I really like pesto sauce. Pesto sauce is one of my favorites. And then I might take a salad kit, break it open, mix up a salad, and then I have an American meal. Typically in a given week, I probably go up to 2 cuisines. I like to keep it simple for myself. But the beauty of this is because you got all those sauces and all those oils in your pantry, you can flavor your meals however you like through the week, and that's where you're getting the variety as you pull the cooked components from your fridge. And it only takes 5 to 15 minutes a day. That's probably less than the time it takes for you to order takeout, go pick up takeout, or wait for takeout. I guarantee it, but you're eating flavorful, healthier food that is good for you, good for your body, and good for your wallet. And I use shortcuts too. I talked about those salad kits. Those are one of my favorite types of shortcuts because I don't want to have a sad bottle of salad dressing left in my fridge. Some other shortcuts, sometimes I buy like ready-made frozen food that I can heat up as one of the components. I love Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has a ton of different items that you can get. Pre-made pastas, for example, their raviolis, so good. I might even get some of their Asian stuff, like their dumplings, Indian food, also really good at Trader Joe's. I'm sure you can find a lot of those at other stores too. It's just that I like Trader Joe's the most. So I don't make everything from scratch. I make the easiest stuff that I can throw in my rice cooker, stuff that I can boil, stuff that I can roast, do all of that. But if I am feeling a little bit more adventurous, but let's say I'm not the best cook and I haven't learned that recipe, I buy it frozen. None of this is going to taste professional unless you're a professional cook, but it's good enough. And that's what we're aiming for, my friends, when it comes to saving money, is good enough, nourishing your body, saving money, eating good enough food. That's all we're aiming for. Let's put some numbers behind this because I know we all love numbers, right? Let's say you're an adult and you take out for lunch and dinner every day. Now, I don't know where everybody lives, but to do that out here in Orange County, California, probably cost $30 a day at least. And then if you add all that over time, let's say you do this 365 days a year, that's more than $10,000 per adult spent on takeout on top of any other groceries that you might buy for breakfast or snacks. So for a household of 2 adults, that's more than $20,000 spent on food. In my household, I got 2 adults, me and my husband, and 2 young children, a 4-year-old and a baby. The baby doesn't really eat a lot of our food yet. But all in, the groceries that I buy to feed my family most days of the week, we do eat out on weekends, including the formula for my baby, we spend about $500 a month on groceries. That comes out to $6,000 a year. So compare $6,000 a year to more than $20,000 a year if you did take out. I think it's a complete win-win situation to learn this meal prep building block method and eat more at home. So hopefully this has been very helpful. It helps you save a little bit of money. I'm Shang from Save My Cents. I founded this company to teach people how to reach financial health with joy by lowering your expenses, increasing your income, and investing the difference. I've got a blog post that explains more about this meal prep building block method in detail. I also have some meal ideas and further tips for saving money on your groceries. I put the URL in the description of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to me, and keep watching for more tips on how to save money and get wealthy with joy.